Coming up on the Q30 Newscast, the Quinnipiac Student Government election results are in, and we have the results.
But first, breaking news tonight, Q30 Sports reporting a major story regarding Quinnipiac women's ice hockey. All that and more tonight on the Q30 Newscast.
This is the Q30 News Nightcast.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Q30 Newscast presented by Joya Spa and Salon. I'm Mark Spillane. Kelly Novak is standing by with an exclusive interview, but first we're going to begin with breaking news regarding a shakeup within Quinnipiac Athletics. Maury Hirschgordon is here, and he joins me for a live breakdown of some breaking news going on with Rick Seeley, the Quinnipiac women's ice hockey coach. Maury, what's going on?
Mark, Rick Seeley is reportedly out at Quinnipiac University. Sources close to the situation told Q30 Sports that Seeley was under investigation for allegedly grabbing one of his players' jerseys in the first round of the NCAA tournament game at Harvard.
Continue to follow Q30 Sports for more on this story. Before I let you go, Maury, who's going to be taking over for Quinnipiac now that Rick Seeley reportedly out as the women's ice hockey coach?
You know, Mark, Cassandra Turner is likely to move into that head coaching role. She's been a major, major piece to the reason why top talent has come to Quinnipiac, a reason why this team had 26 wins this season and reached its first NCAA tournament.
Great. Okay, thank you so much, Maury. For more information, please follow Q30 Sports on Twitter and check out the website at q30television.com. Now we're going to move to more breaking news, and we're going to send it over to Kelly Novak, who's standing by with the Quinnipiac Student Government new president, Jonny Atkin. Kelly?
Thank you, Mark. Jonny Atkin, thank you so much for joining us in the studio. Congratulations. How do you feel about the win?
You know, it's tough election. Every year somebody asks me if abstain is a real person, so I always have people come, oh, you know, you're really killing them that time. But fortunately, you know, I was able to pull off the win against abstain.
So that's how you feel about running unopposed then?
Yeah.
So, you know, there's a new position this year, Vice President of Student Experience. So what exactly does that position entail?
Mm-hmm. So, as everyone has been informed in this past year, we've actually done away, SPB and SGA have split. So there was this weird transition position between the Vice President of Programming, which was the President of SPB, and we decided to kind of change around that position, change the duties around, and kind of reformat it. So we ended up moving into a more like data-driven position that will go out and assess results, take surveys and whatnot, and get some type of like quantitative figures of just data of what students are looking for and kind of like how their experience has been at the university. And that position is basically going to be responsible for all that. So.
All right, so what are some of your future plans for next year?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to speak too soon because I don't want to make any promises, but what we are working on right now, we have 4 main projects, including club sports, a coffee shop on campus, the revival of Spring, Founders Day, May weekend, whatever they want to call it, and the last one is a community center up at York Hill for 21-year-olds, kind of like a pub type atmosphere. We're looking at that. So those are 4 projects right now that are still in their like preliminary phases, but those are 4 things that we continue on. We'll work on next year. So.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much for joining us. Once again, congratulations. Back to Mark.
Thank you, Kelly. Let's take a look at all the student government election results along with Jonny Atkin. Assuming the role of SGA president, Carly Veeding is the new executive vice president. Lindsay Banks will assume the newly created position of vice president for student experience. Joey Mullaney has been elected vice president for public relations, and Chris Desilets is the new vice president for finance. For the class of 2016, Matt Powers has been elected president and Tyler Droste vice president. Alana Parati is the new class of 2017 president, with Alec Turner serving as class vice president. And Liam Kenny will assume the role of class 2018 president along with Ryan Lynch as sophomore class president.
Edgar Rodriguez has been named interim chief of public safety effective immediately. Rodriguez joined the Quinnipiac community in 2010 as assistant chief of public safety and was promoted to deputy chief in 2013. He replaces David Barger, who is taking a personal leave of absence before his planned retirement on June 30th.
Campus has been buzzing since the Student Programming Board announced Jason Derulo is headlining this year's Wake the Giant Spring Concert. Janelle Cadigan sits down with the main stage chair for the concert to find out how Derulo was selected.
Tickets are now on sale for Quinnipiac's annual Wake the Giant concert. This year, it will be featuring Jason Derulo. Some students are excited for this upcoming event. Others are hesitant to buy tickets.
I'm not very, overly familiar with him, so I haven't bought my tickets yet. I haven't gotten around to it yet, to be honest. I mean, I'm sure I'll get one as it approaches a little sooner. I mean, he's a good artist, but personally, like, I would have liked, I think A$AP Rocky was on the list.
Those who did buy their tickets ran into some trouble. Tickets were originally set to go on sale April 1st, but technical difficulties pushed the release date back to April 6th.
So that was really more of like a logistical issue. We came up with the date and we solidified all of that, but they were just having trouble with the ticket system. And we all know that's kind of like a tough system anyway, so we didn't want to put it out live if it really wasn't ready to go, so we just kind of waited for it to be like perfect before we released it.
The TD Bank Sports Center might look empty now, but come May 1st, these seats are going to be filled with Quinnipiac students and fans of Jason Derulo.
Created a survey at first to try to gauge what kind of genre people were looking for. We considered our top 3 choices, and Jason was on the top 3.
Some students were frustrated with previous selected performing artists, but this year, Loescher believes the feedback from students was useful in choosing a more popular artist.
Especially with a concert, you can never get everyone happy about, you can't please everyone, but I think that it's been pretty positive. We really haven't heard that much negative feedback at all.
1,000 tickets have already been sold, and the hope is all 2,500 will sell before showtime. I'm Janelle Cadigan, Q30 News.
The School of Communications held its annual media mashup today at the Rocky Top Student Center on the York Hill campus. Students networked with professionals from various media backgrounds and received one-on-one cover letter and resume reviews. The mashup is designed exclusively for communication students to build connections after graduation. If you major in advertising here at Quinnipiac, your major is switching schools come September. School of Communication officials have announced advertising is moving from the School of Business over to the School of Com. Our Tom Albanese caught up with Dean Lee Camlett to find out how and why the switch is happening.
Advertising is moving out of the School of Business and it's coming into the School of Communications. We just last week got approval from the state of Connecticut for this program, which is the last hurdle we had to overcome, which means we can start offering it in September for incoming freshmen and some transfer students, and we'll be hiring appropriate faculty to teach in that new major. I think it'll be very flexible. It reflects what's going on in the industry, and I think it'll have a lot of appeal to students who want to do that kind of creative work.
Greek life is a fast-growing part of Quinnipiac's student community. Sami Moore tells us it's continuing to expand with the addition of a new sorority.
Gamma Phi Beta will be joining Quinnipiac's Panhellenic community in the fall. The Panhellenic Extension Committee, consisting of members from QU's 7 current sororities and 4 staff members, received 14 submissions from potential sororities. From there, they decided that Gamma Phi Beta would be best for coming to the campus first. The sorority, which has more than 130 active chapters across the United States and Canada, focuses on their core values of love, labor, learning, and loyalty. Director of the Office of Fraternity and Sorority Life, Courtney McKenna, believes that the sorority will be a good fit for the Quinnipiac campus.
Gamma Phi just came in, they really understood what we were looking for in a group in terms of understanding university mission and vision, and we felt like there was really good alignment there.
Sorority's national philanthropy is Girls on the Run. McKenna explained that there's a local chapter of Girls on the Run in New Haven that the Sisters of Gamma Phi Beta will be able to work with.
Phi Delta will also be coming to the campus, but in the fall of 2017. According to Courtney McKenna, adding more sororities to Quinnipiac's Panhellenic community will lower the chapter size.
Give it like a pie or a pizza. If there's more slices, then those slices are smaller. So the same thing happens with recruitment. So the more chapters we have on our campus, the smaller the new member classes are. And then long term, the chapters get smaller.
The Quinnipiac University Panhellenic community is very excited to welcome Gamma Phi Beta to the campus. Panhellenic President Lauren Beardsley is looking forward to working with this group of women.
As Panhellenic President, I'm super excited to be part of an extension process to bring another sorority onto this campus and to work one-on-one with the sorority to get them accustomed to what it means to be in Quinnipiac Greek life.
With the focus on these 2 new sororities coming to campus, Courtney McKenna explained that there is currently no new fraternity set to come to join the IFC community. However, they are always looking for new fraternities to come and join us. I'm Sami Moore, Q30 News.
We have the details on a drug bust in Hamden, plus Matt Morris is here with an update on the weather.
Guys, it's about, 37 in Meriden, 39 in New Haven. Unfortunately, we've got cooler temperatures again tomorrow, but a warm-up coming this weekend. Your full Q30 weather forecast coming up.
The Q30 Newscast is presented by Joyous Spa Salon. For more information, visit www.joyadayspa.com.
Welcome to A Sheer Sensation, North Haven's premier cosmetology service, located at 140 Washington Avenue, minutes from Hamden. We offer an array of services, from basic cuts and colors to lash extensions and formaldehyde-free keratin treatments. We also provide hair chalk and styling for men. When you spend $60, your Q card will get you 10% off. Call us at 203-239-6477 to make your next appointment at A Sheer Sensation.
That was then, this is now. Don't be just a number.
Hello, welcome to Chameleon.
At Chameleon Hair Color Cafe and Spa, it's all about what makes you feel beautiful. Their professional team is dedicated to helping you reach your customized beauty goals from your head to your toes. Chameleon Hair Color Cafe and Spa, where it's all about what makes you feel beautiful.
Okay, so highlights for this week look pretty solid. Men's hockey versus Yale, men's basketball Iona. Got some pretty nice graphics too, some OTSs, full screens.
Yeah, and I was also thinking for a feature idea, we could do something about head coach Ram Pecknell from the men's ice hockey squad with the new year and new players.
Yes, that definitely sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Team. Wait a minute. Where's Mike?
What's up, guys? Sorry I'm late.
What are you doing?
What? Freshman.
A big drug bust in Hamden has landed 2 men behind bars. Hamden police seized more than 300 grams of marijuana and over $4,000 from 2 different homes in the southern section of Hamden on Tuesday, according to Hamden Patch. 2 men were arrested during the bust on multiple charges. These arrests conclude a 6-month investigation into the distribution of marijuana in the Pine Rock Avenue area. Both men are scheduled to appear in court in Meriden at the end of the month.
On a much lighter note, the increasingly popular improv group The Right Amount of Silence held its first show of the month on Tuesday night inside Quinnipiac's Black Box Theater. For just $5, the audience got a laugh as the group performed its collection of improv routines. The troupe then took to Facebook Wednesday to announce the dates of its next 2 shows, which will be on April 18th at 4 and 6 p.m. And Wallingford's Dominican Republic mission team is at it again. The group is holding its annual fundraiser on Friday, April 10th from 7 to 9 p.m. in Wallingford. All proceeds from the event will go towards funding the 2015 mission trip, and full details can be found on the group's website at drmissionteam.org.
The verdict is in for the Boston Marathon bomber.
And a controversial video has helped charge a South Carolina police officer with murder. Elijah Westbrook has the latest from across the country.
Thanks, guys. Jokar Sanev, one of the suspects in the Boston Marathon bombing, was found guilty in court today. Jurors found Sarnev guilty of all 30 charges in relation to the bombing. So far, Sarnev has been found guilty of conspiracy to use a weapon of mass destruction resulting in death, conspiracy to bomb a public place, and conspiracy to maliciously destroy property. This verdict comes just days before the 2-year anniversary of the bombing. And a South Carolina officer has been charged with murder after a video surfaced, which appears to show him shooting an unarmed man running away. The shooting took place on Saturday morning after a traffic stop. A black man identified as 50-year-old Walter Scott tried breaking away from the officer. The officer fired 8 shots at the man as he runs away. Scott was killed instantly on the spot. Senator of South Carolina Tim Scott said on Twitter he had watched the video and, quote, "The senseless shooting and taking of Walter Scott's life was absolutely unnecessary and avoidable." And Rolling Stone magazine is in hot water today after multiple flaws have been found in its original reporting. The story is centered on the now discredited story about a gang rape at a fraternity at the University of Virginia. The report told the story of Jackie, who claimed she was gang raped at the Phi Kappa Psi fraternity house. Rolling Stone magazine says no one will be fired, including the story's writer. And that's your national news for the week. Back to you guys.
Still to come on the Q30 Newscast, Kanye West finally settles a lawsuit and DMX is denying allegations against him regarding a robbery. Sami Moore has your entertainment news.
And Matt Morris has your full weather forecast for the upcoming week. What's it looking like, Matt?
Well, guys, the theme of the winter seems to be continuing. At least we're not Massachusetts, because it's snowing up there right now. We've got colder temperatures tonight and tomorrow, and your full weather forecast is right after the break.
Welcome to Joya Spa and Salon in Hamden. Whether you want a new look or the perfect wedding day hair, come to us for complete hair and nail care, cuts, styles, updos, extensions, and beautiful dimensional hair color, as well as manis and pedis, acrylics, gels, and shellac. Treat yourself to a facial, a peel, or microdermabrasion. Relax with a variety of massage techniques, including Swedish and hot stone massage. Joya Spa and Salon. Call today.
I could really go for a Ray and Mike's sub right now.
Come to Ray and Mike's and try our Philly chicken and cheese for just over $4. Giant cheesesteak subs and mouth-watering boar's head sandwiches for as low as $4.75. Q-Cash accepted just a mile down the road on Whitney, here at Ray and Mike's.
Looking for debate and analysis of your favorite Quinnipiac sports?
Attacking and pressing. I mean,
right, and it's not and what they're doing isn't working.
But unfortunately, they couldn't finish the Colgate game, so I think definitely those are the keys that the Bobcats need to watch.
Guys that can take the ball in the latter stages of the second half.
I think those
Even
are
with limited minutes.
In the MAC, they play the run and gun style.
Q30's and QBSN's Bobcat Breakdown brings all that to you and more. Live every Monday night at 8:30, tune in to see analysis of your Bobcats from the week before. Every sport from every season, it's all right here on Bobcat Breakdown.
Welcome back to the Q30 Newscast. I'm Matt Morris with your full weather forecast. Today, we hit high temperatures, almost hitting 50 across the state, 45 in New Haven, 46 in Meriden, but the clouds really prevented the sun from coming in and giving us warmer temperatures, and that's going to be the theme overnight and into tomorrow. As we look at the national temperatures right now, it is 39 in Chicago, but 64 in Pittsburgh. And this cold air is coming in. It's hitting most of the Northeast, which is what's giving us those unseasonable temperatures today and tomorrow. The regional radar, this is the snow that I was talking about up in Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire. Unfortunate for them, but for right now, we're just getting some rain. And this rain coming off the Ohio Valley is what's going to give us rain overnight, a little bit of scattered showers tomorrow morning, clearing up in the afternoon, but still cloudy. The clouds are sticking around throughout the day tomorrow. Right now, 37 in Meriden, 39 in New Haven, 36 up in Stores, and 39 in New London. And tomorrow, what we're going to look at is, again, warming up just a little bit from the overnight, but not too much. Temperatures similar to yesterday. 46 basically across the state: Waterbury, Meriden, New Haven, Norwich, New London. So definitely not yet time to whip out those shorts, maybe even a winter jacket if you're not as friendly to the cold. So again, tomorrow here in Hamden, tonight here in Hamden, 40 degrees, rain. There's an 80% chance of precipitation. And tomorrow, not warming up too much, 46 and cloudy, 20% chance of precipitation as those showers move out during the early morning hours. And then our 7-day forecast, like I said, not looking too hot Thursday and Friday, but as we keep going, we can see gorgeous weather for the weekend. 59 and sunny on Saturday, 63 and sunny on Sunday. So definitely your pick of the week is probably the weekend, which is awesome, especially, for the big event, for all those in the community going out and doing service. So again, stay with Q30 because it looks like we're getting a little bit more rain on Wednesday, and we'll have your full updated forecast again next week. Now back to the desk.
Thank you, Matt. 3 popular rappers are making headlines for very different reasons.
Sami Moore has the latest entertainment news. Sammy?
Thank you, Mark, and thank you, Kelly. I'm Sami Moore, here to give you this week's entertainment update. Kanye West has settled the lawsuit with the paparazzi photographer he allegedly assaulted in July of 2013. Daniel Ramos, the photographer, claimed that the rapper tried to wrestle the camera out of his hands in front of the LA International Airport. West pleaded no contest last year to the misdemeanor count of battery. Ramos' attorney issued a statement Tuesday night saying the case was settled and West had apologized. The trial was set for next week. And it seems as though Kanye West isn't the only rapper dealing with the law this week. New Jersey police are investigating an early morning robbery rapper DMX and his entourage were allegedly involved in. The alleged robbery took place a little after midnight at a gas station in Newark. A 21-year-old man says he was talking with the rapper and his entourage when a gun was pulled out. A member of DMX's crew demanded the man's money. The man handed over $3,200 in cash and claims DMX took the money himself. No criminal charges have been filed. Jay-Z has yanked his 1996 album from Spotify. It is now available on Tidal. The streaming service launched last month by the Run This Town rapper himself. Tidal advertises itself as a platform owned by artists and promised to give proceeds directly back to the musicians. Taylor Swift, Beyonce, and Rihanna have also placed music on Tidal. That's it for your entertainment news. I'm Sami Moore. Now back to the desk.
Thank you, Sammy. It's time for another break, but when we come back, Chandler Thornton will drop by to give us a spring sports update.
Plus, new photos have surfaced of a bobcat catching a shark. We'll explain with more details after the break. Stay with us.
Welcome to Joya Spa and Salon in Hamden. Whether you want a new look or the perfect wedding day hair, come to us for complete hair and nail care, cuts, styles, updos, extensions, and beautiful dimensional hair color, as well as manis and pedis, acrylics, gels, and shellac. Treat yourself to a facial, a peel, or microdermabrasion. Relax with a variety of massage techniques, including Swedish and hot stone massage. Joya Spa and Salon. Call today.
And we have a
back to his Hollywood days.
This is my mom.
Making a sit here and back.
Q30 Newscast is presented by Joya Spa and Salon. For more information, visit www.joyadayspa.com.
Welcome back to the Q30 Newscast.
Chandler Thornton is here to break down everything going on in Quinnipiac athletics. Chandler, what's going on in the world of QU athletics?
Thanks, guys. Well, we start with Quinnipiac baseball as they secured a 7-5 victory in their home opener against Rhode Island. The game only had 5 innings due to rain, but that didn't stop the Bobcats from scoring a 6-run inning with a 2-run homer from senior Scott Donahue. Vincent Guglietti also scored himself an over-the-fence home run in the bottom of the 3rd. This victory brings the Bobcats to 6-3 in the MAC and 10-16 overall. And women's softball added a couple losses to their record on Saturday in a doubleheader against Monmouth. The Bobcats were swept by the Hawks with a 10-1 loss, followed by a 6-5 loss. In the first game, Quinnipiac started strong with a 1-0 lead early in the first inning. From there, senior pitcher Sydney Roby went on to give up 5 earned runs and 4 walks. The Bobcats lessened the gap in the second game, but it was not enough to beat Monmouth. The 2 losses bring Quinnipiac to 2-2 in the MAC. And men's lacrosse clinched a win against Manhattan after a couple of recent conference losses. The Bobcats came back from a 3-goal deficit in the 4th quarter. Junior Ryan Keenan netted his 5th hat trick of the season, and goalie Jack Bruss stopped 11 goals for Quinnipiac's victory. Senior Michael Sagal also proved to be an asset with 2 goals and 2 assists, extending his point streak to 42 straight games. The Bobcats are now 2-2 in conference play. And women's lacrosse won their first MAC game against Manhattan on Saturday. Quinnipiac came out fighting with an early 3-1 lead. Manhattan stayed in it, keeping the game close. Quinnipiac goalkeeper Samantha Tild struggled in the first half with only 1 save on 6 shots, but the senior came back in the second half to tally 7 saves. Senior Kyra Aquat had 6 goals for the Bobcats, and defensive player Leo Walter contributed 5 ground balls and 2 forced turnovers to lead the Bobcats to a victory. And women's rugby hosted a series of Rugby Sevens games in honor of the Austin Hill Project. Austin Hill is a 15-year-old athlete who was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis at just 18 months old. His disease forced him to stop playing rugby. Women's rugby hosted and went on to defeat Harvard in support of his cause. This also marked the first time in history that Quinnipiac competed in sevens, a game played with 7-on-7 players for 7-minute halves. Along with the victories, rugby was able to raise more than $700 for Austin's cause. That's it for sports. Now back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Chandler. We end our newscast with a bobcat that was seen pulling a shark out of the ocean.
What Kelly is referencing is not a Quinnipiac student, but in fact a real bobcat, which was seen pulling a shark from the waves in Vero Beach, Florida on Monday.
There were immediate questions as to whether the photograph of the cat and the shark is real, but experts say the image does appear to be authentic.
It was reported the photographer startled the bobcat with his presence and caused the large feline to drop the shark on the beach and run off into the woods. Perhaps it was Boomer, Kelly.
Perhaps, maybe.
Snuck out of TD Bank Sports Center. But that's all the time we have for tonight. Don't forget to follow Q30 News on Twitter and at Q30 News, and check out Q30television.com for all the latest Quinnipiac news.
And remember, the Q30 Newscast will be back again next week, same time, same place, along with Friday's Q30 News Weekly Digest.
For Kelly Novak, I'm Mark Spillane. Thank you for watching.